You might not believe it, but this lens can go to 15,000 millimeters of zoom on this iPhone 16. I previously reviewed the world's biggest lens for cameras, and that was only 4,000 millimeters. This one is 15,000, almost 4 times the distance. Let's see what this thing can do. Right now we are set to 1,500 millimeters, which is 1/10, 10% of what it can do. So this is just the beginning. Keep watching to the end to see the crazy stuff. There's a couple use cases for this lens that are gonna be really good. The first one is wildlife photography, specifically birds, because you can't really get close to those. I'm at a wildlife refuge, so there's tons of birds. This is 1,500 millimeters. As you can see, the photo quality is actually really good. I'm actually shocked. When I tested the world's biggest lens on camera, it was more expensive than this, and the quality was not good. That could zoom 4,000 millimeters. This one can zoom 15,000. Absolutely crazy here. So let's take some pictures of these birds, right? This is 1,500 millimeters. Let's see if we can actually look at some that are closer to us. These bad boys right here. There's a manual focus ring on this. So as you can see, it goes out of focus and then goes back in. Let's get these birds in focus and take that picture. Another thing you can notice is it's really shaky. But if I let go of it, let it rest a second, then it is less shaky again. Let's see if we can catch some of these flying birds. Those birds are way over there, the other side of this lake thing. So you can see we already kind of have them right there. Pretty easy to follow. And wow, the fall fauna is just gorgeous right now. This is actually kind of crazy. Let's see, they're higher up over here. Crazy thing about this, oh wow, you can actually see the houses on that mountain over there. I can barely see with my eyes. I have 20/20 vision. Let's go back to the water here. See these ducks, you can actually see all the way to the far end pretty clearly. This is 1/10 of the zoom range. So before we zoom in to 15,000 millimeters, let's see if we can see the moon. Probably can't see it too well, really faint. Another thing you'll also notice is this has tons of bokeh. I'm actually really surprised at how good these pictures are turning out for how cheap this lens is. It kind of blows me away, to be honest. Oh no, we have a invasion. Holy crap, that is a lot of birds. Oh my goodness, they're coming in. Holy crap. All right, let's see if we can get the moon with the birds. Is that possible? Finding the moon is gonna be really hard because there's not a lot of contrast. Let's see how far down this road we can see. Wow, really far, okay. Crazy far is the answer to that question. You can see literally to the horizon over there. Oh, we got more birds. They're flying over me. Oh no, this is kind of crazy. This is really relaxing right now. The biggest issue I'm having with finding the moon is it's the same color almost as the sky right now, so it's a bit challenging to make it out. I found the moon and a bird. There it is. Here's the moon with the birds. Wow, that's nice. Let's see if I can get a video. Oh, the birds are gone now. Oh, there's one. Yeah, so that's the moon. 1,500 millimeters, a lot of birds. Before I show you the 15,000 millimeter zoom, I'm gonna show you how to set it up. It's really easy. There's a couple things you need to know specifically with iPhone so that it works properly. Screwing the lens into the tripod is really easy. Thread it in. The main part is just how you want to line up your phone. Take off your phone case. If you have an iPhone, come in from the side here because the bottom lens is the telephoto. The top one is the wide angle. So you're just gonna do this, make sure it's aligned, and then screw it a little tighter. Next, you're just gonna mount it. Another quick tip with iPhone, sometimes it will switch between which lens it's using, which is bad. We don't want that. Turn off that little flower icon right there. Otherwise, it's gonna keep switching lenses and this isn't gonna work. Just with iPhone though. Another thing I will note is the ease of use on this is way better than the 4,000 millimeter lens I used. That lens was enormous. It was really annoying to set up. This one is just way faster, cheaper, and it can be applied right to an iPhone. And it's smaller, which oh my gosh. It's so nice. 26 millimeters on the iPhone, you can't even see the birds. 52, you can kind of see them. 260, really blurry, you can't see them at all. Kind of aim for the same birds we were looking at before, but this time we're gonna go all the way up. Kind of far away, even at 1,500. Let's go to 3,000 millimeters. Closer. We did 3,000, now we're gonna do 6,000 millimeters. Let's see what that looks like. Now we are at 6,000 millimeters. It gets a lot shakier the more we zoom in. Oh. See, we're actually getting a really clear picture on this bird that is literally at the opposite end of this lake here. And we are only at 6,000 millimeters. See if we can snap a picture of it. You can see how much harder focusing gets. It's kind of crazy. But when I let it go, as we can see, it's actually a very clear picture. This is 6,000 millimeters, 50% farther than the world's biggest camera lens. All right, let's take it up a notch. 6,000, let's do 12,000 millimeters. We are at 12,000 millimeters, and I have lost the birds again. It's so shaky, oh my goodness. The picture is getting blurrier because it's this digital zoom on the iPhone that's counting for that extra zoom here. If I had a Pro Max, this picture would be even better. It actually has a zoom lens on it rather than being completely digital. And you can see the chromatic aberration, that purple tint is increasing a lot. So let's actually go to these closer birds. It kind of looks like an old school film now. There we go. 12,000 millimeters. That's probably as clear of a picture as we are going to get, because if I try to focus, I'm going to lose the subject again. It starts getting really sensitive at these far ranges, but just remember this would be much clearer if we had a 16 Pro Max. Because it has the 5x zoom in the actual lens, this only has a 2x zoom. It would look 250% better. All right, it's time for the big one. 15,600 millimeters. If you're wondering how I get that, 1x on an iPhone is 26 millimeters. 10x on an iPhone is 2600. If you multiply that by the 60x, which is in the zoom lens itself, you get 15,600, which is insane, by the way. We're gonna hit the 15K. Getting focus on this is extremely difficult because of how much the camera shakes and how fine the focusing needs to be. But let's remember, this lens wasn't really built to go up to 15K. It was really only meant to go up to 1500. 1.5K, so we're kind of 10xing the capability of what this lens is really supposed to do. And as you can see, we can still see the birds. These ones are farther away than before, but the quality is not amazing. It's like an old school film. Now, something I will say, the image in the 1500 millimeter, that's the 1x iPhone lens with just the 60x, is crazy good. It's better than my full frame camera, thousands of dollars, with that more expensive, enormous lens that I tested. That was really blurry. There was dust in the lens. This lens is smaller, cheaper. There's no dust in it. It's really easy to use and set up. And the picture quality is kind of crazy good. Honestly shocked. I was expecting this to suck, and it doesn't. And it's pretty easy to follow flying birds. Now let's point this 15,000 millimeters as far down this gravel road as it can possibly go. You can literally see up to the horizon and around the corner. That's crazy. Okay, that's 1500 millimeters. Let's go 15K. I want to see if portrait mode actually works with the lens on there. So you can get some really good compressed portraits with a lot of background blur with that lens. I want to see if that can work. Oh, that is it. That is the gravel road. Wow. You can't even, it turns a corner way over there. You can't even see it. I can't even see it with my eyes. So let's keep it at 1x and we'll do the portrait test. I'm gonna run down there and we'll see if we can get a cinematic portrait lens shot. Let's just go. The real thing I'm testing here is to see if it actually focuses on my face and blurs out the background. So I'm like 250 feet away right now. I'm not gonna go to the very end because I feel like that's excessive, but I will if I have to. So how does this look? I'm about 350 feet away. So it's really pretty out here. Is it focusing? Is the background blurred? I don't know. But it should, I'll walk towards you and maybe that'll make it better. But yeah, I think like 400 feet away is probably good. But I'm gonna go back now. 1,500 millimeters on an iPhone on a budget. Looks so funny to see a giant lens on the front of my iPhone. One bonus feature of this lens is apparently you can actually stick it on your eye and use it as a monocular. It's like binoculars, but with one eye. So if you don't want to take pictures, you can do that, I guess, if you want to spy on people. Kind of weird, but wouldn't recommend. The last thing I want to test is if I can actually get really good slow-mo while at 1,500 millimeters. I'm gonna run all the way back out there to about 400 feet away again, and then I'm gonna do a flip, I guess. Wow, that slow-mo, 240 frames a second, 1,500 millimeters, looked so good. What the heck? Man, I was expecting this product to be complete trash, and it is so good. Who is this lens for? Basically, if you like shooting wildlife, it's really good. It's better than a $200 lens for a really expensive camera, which again blows me away. I mean, just look at these autumn colors. So I would say that's who it's for. The use case for this is wildlife, maybe some really far away nature shots, landscape. Thanks so much for watching the link to this product is in the description, and it works really well. So that's the one I would buy if you're gonna buy any, since there are some copycats of it. Thanks so much for watching the video. Peace.